From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your Evening Update.
American Door Company has been family-owned and operated for over 29 years, supplying Northern California with quality garage doors, garage door openers, and installed with the best service you'd expect from a locally owned company. We serve all of Northern California from Willows all the way to the Oregon state line. Give us a call today.
Well, we are officially what I like to call a stagnant weather pattern out there. Not much change. This is when I can kind of relax a little bit here and still focus on the forecast, but just don't have to be so stressed out because there's just not a lot going on with the weather. But there are some interesting things happening out there, which we'll get into here in a bit. But let's talk about our local forecast here with below normal highs through the first half of the weekend. Now, there's going to be a slight bump up in our temperatures as we go to the second half of the weekend and early next week. But overall, no heat waves, no rain, as we take it at least through next week, if not longer. Now, here's what I have in store for us tonight. Dropping down to the upper 50s, low 60s for the valley, eventually getting up to about 90. And I think some of us may even struggle to get out of the 80s for your daytime highs on Thursday. Not bad for September, really. And we take a look at the mountains, and we're going to start off sunny. But then by the afternoon, we see those clouds developing in the afternoon, maybe a stray sprinkle, but overall dry. Temperatures, upper 70s, low 80s for most of us in the higher elevations. So something to take note. This looks a little ominous, right? A little swirling area of low pressure, weak one, kind of heading right in our direction. Most likely won't have much of an impact on our weather. If anything, it may just kind of get caught up in the flow up to our north. But what I do have my eyes on is down to the south. And this is what I was talking about. There's a little something interesting to talk about. This right here is a hurricane. It's known as Hurricane Hova. And as of about 8 o'clock this morning, Category 2 hurricane. Now, it is moving to the west, northwest right now, and will continue that track over the next 5 days. Long-range forecast models then want to kind of make it turn a little bit more to the north. Overall, I don't expect this to have a huge impact on our weather. Now, here's what I want to do. This is just kind of for fun, if you will, to see if it will have any kind of impact on our weather. Now, as of right now, going out over the next few weeks, it may actually. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. This right here is all the moisture coming in from Hurricane Hova right now. That kind of showing right here, these colors showing the moist. So we've got a lot of moisture associated with this. That's pretty typical, right, with a hurricane. Now you can see the track. You saw that track with the forecast cone moving to the north and west. It will then kind of stall out as we go into early next week and then kind of push a little bit to the north. Now there's a storm system that may kind of catch in with some of that moisture, and then that right here could possibly move over us. Now let's talk about the time frame of that, because that all moved through pretty quickly, but you saw the idea. The remnants from what is now Hurricane Hova could get caught up in a storm that may be moving through our area in about 2 weeks. And I'll show you what I'm talking about, because we're looking at Friday at 11 a.m. Now to kind of put that in perspective, that's not this Friday. It's not even next Friday. It's the Friday after next. So a lot can happen between now and then. But kind of interesting to see that, yeah, some of the long-range forecast models picking up at the potential of maybe picking up on some of that moisture and maybe bringing us some rain. Is it promising? Is it something we can get excited about? Not at this point, no. But we look out over the next 6 to 10 days, September 12th to the 16th. Yeah, I mean, we're seeing below normal rain in the forecast. So again, that's why we can't really get too excited about it. Now, the immediate future, well, there you can see as we take you to tomorrow afternoon, we're going to be looking at partly cloudy skies. Now, you see that? That's a little stray sprinkle. We could be looking at that here off and on in some cases here in the mountains here tomorrow and Friday. But overall, it's going to be dry. Just the sunny skies to start off the day and then partly cloudy skies for the afternoon. So tonight, yeah, around 60 for the valley, 40s and 50s for the higher elevations, mainly clear skies. Taking to tomorrow, yeah, sunny skies and yeah, struggling to get out of the 80s. Now, I think some of us could touch 90 tomorrow, but you get the idea. It's going to be below normal and temperatures around 80 degrees, give or take, for the higher elevations. So let's take a look at that 7-day outlook, and you'll see it's dry, you'll see it's warm, but it's at least below normal. But even the mountains, you see how it's kind of staying in the low 80s and then maybe getting up to about 84 Monday, Tuesday, 83 Wednesday of next week. So a slight increase even for the mountains by the end of this weekend and early next week. We take into the valley, same situation here, upper 80s, low 90s for your daytime highs, at least through Saturday. Then by Sunday, we could be looking at temperatures in the mid-90s, keeping that way through Monday, Tuesday of next week. But notice, By Tuesday, Wednesday, we're seeing a drop in our temperatures, and we'll probably keep that trend with the drop in our temperatures going through the second half of next week.